Hello, so today I'm going to be going over how to use the new tool that we are getting at the Career Development Office called Career Activator. This tool allows you to go on and use free resume templates that we have. It edits your resume and you can upload existing resumes that you have to get feedback on those as well. It also has cover letters and a LinkedIn reviewer, so it reviews your LinkedIn profile as well. So to start off, you're going to want to go to stkate.hiration.com, which will then bring you to this page. And you are going to go over to log into your Career Activator and click this button, which will then bring you to your St. Kate's login page, where you just sign on using your St. Kate's credentials. And once you're signed in, it will bring you to the resume homepage. And here you will find all of the resumes that you have edited before. This will probably be blank the first time you use it. And then the more resumes you edit, the more things will be added onto this section. So to start off with, I'm going to talk about these three buttons up here. The first one is use a pre-written sample. This will have things written out within the resume in the templates that you can use to help guide you on how to make that, or you can just use a blank template and write everything in there on your own. Or if you already have an existing resume, you can upload that as well and it'll format that to fit the new templates. So to use a pre-written sample, you're just going to click on that button and then you have 6 options to choose from, and I will choose this one. So you select the design and then it'll bring you to this page, which offers different options to format your resume. So the first option is an instructional template, and this just gives you a brief overview of what goes in each section. And then there's also a blank template, and then we have different careers that we thought would be useful for St. Kate students. And so we are adding more. So if you don't see your career on here, we might be in the process of adding it. This is just the newer ones that we have come up with. And so if you click on any of these, the resume will be more tailored to that career. So we will go with the teacher, and then it'll open up the resume. And here you can see how for the summary and the key skills that it is all tailored to teaching. So that makes it a little bit easier and makes your resume more formatted to what career you would like to do. And then to start off with, you can alter any of the wording by just clicking on it and then typing what you want to go in each section. And then that works for all of these. And then to delete a section, say you don't want the additional information section, you would just hover over this section and then go to the left and then click the little trash can icon, click OK, and then it is deleted. It's important to note that if you do delete something, you cannot undo that action, and so you'll either have to add a new section or duplicate one. So to duplicate a section, say you have more than one extracurricular activity, you just click the plus, and then there is another section for that. And then same thing, you can delete if you do not want that. In order to add a blank section, you just go up to this top bar up here, the toolbar, and click Add Section, and then click whatever button that you want to add. It will go on and add it down here. So now you have a completely blank template that you can add whatever you desire into. And then looking at how to move things, if you wanted to move the student teacher section above the high school English teacher section, you would go over here, whoops, and then click the up arrow, and then it'll switch it. So this is above it now. And then if you want to put it back down, all you have to do is click the down arrow. So there's a lot of flexibility with moving things around as well, which is super nice. And it is important to note where the page break section is, just for formatting reasons when you convert it to a PDF. And then you also have the option to change the spacing to decrease it just click the down arrow. To increase it, you click the up arrow. The recommended spacing that they say is the best is 4, but do what works best for you. Also, there are different theme colors that you can switch. And you go over here and it changes the color of your resume. There is also a font button, which you can change the header font, the body font, and the size of the font for your entire resume. And you also have the option to change the margin sizes over here to decrease them or increase them. And then same goes for the top and bottom margins. You can decrease or increase. You can also add a profile picture if you want that on your resume, and then change the date format and change the page size as well. A really cool feature that we have on here is called the AI assistant. And there's 2 steps to this. It has the next word prediction, which means when you're typing a sentence, it goes ahead and predicts the rest of the sentence. And if it sounds good to you, you can go ahead and keep that or keep writing your own, whatever works best for you. And then it also has the auto bold feature, which bolds any words that are important and think it should stand out in your resume. Like you can see down here, it bolds the assistance to 30 plus students, 100 students, learning objectives, important wording that a lot of people who are looking at resumes think is important. So again, here's the add a section, which you can go to and add a blank section. And we also have the AI review. This is actually a really cool feature that we have that actually grades your resume. And it'll go through and give you a score over here. And this one is a green button, so that means it looks good. There are some improvements that could be made with this yellow area, but overall your resume looks really good. If this is yellow, that just means it's recognizing that there's some areas that could use improvement. And then red means it's seeing a lot of things that could be changed. Obviously, if you are happy with your resume, keep it. This is just a good way to see if there's anything that you can add or any recommendations that they have. And it goes more in depth by each section. And so you are able to see what you can improve on per section instead of just the resume as a whole. So it tells you where to look and is pretty detailed with what you can improve on. And so that is the AI review. And then we also have Job Match, which if you turn on Job Match, it will open this little text box over here. And if you are looking for a job, say you found a cool job that you want that's on Indeed.com or your LinkedIn page, you can copy and paste the description of that job into this box, and it'll go through and analyze your resume to see if there's appropriate wording for that job description and give you recommendations of what you should add in order for your resume to best fit that job, which is also a really cool feature that we have. And then again, if you want to turn off AI assistant, you just click it off and then you don't have to worry about that. And then the final thing that I want to talk about within this toolbar up here is the change design button. So if you click on the change design button, it'll show you all the other templates that are available. And I'll just click on this one. And as you can see, let's do this one, see if it's a little better. Yeah, as you can see, it transfers everything over. And then you are able to go ahead and make any changes that you want. And if you want to keep switching your designs around, just click this button and then choose whatever design works best for you. Additionally, to download your resume, you're going to want to click the download button, and this will download it as a PDF. So you're going to want to click view resume, and then it is now in PDF form and you can download it to your computer. And then it is important to note that if you change this to a Word document or a Google Doc, the formatting can sometimes get a little messed up with it. So we recommend making any changes you have within the Career Activator. And then once you're happy with what you have done with it, just download it from there and save it as a PDF onto your computer. And you should be good. And we'll go back to my resumes, and then it's saved right here. As you can see, If you want to go in and edit it, again, you can go on, click edit, and it'll bring you back to the same page. You can rename it, which you can see down here. You can change it to, just do school resume, and then it will go on and change the name of it. You can copy it so there's two duplicates. Say you have two similar jobs, you just want to switch out the wording for each of them. You can go on and do that, or you can delete the entire thing. Again, to use a blank template, it'll just have all of those sections, but they're blank for you to fill in with whatever you think is necessary for your resume. And then you can also upload an existing resume and it'll download that into whatever format and whatever design you choose. And then over on this side, it goes over pretty much everything that Career Activator offers. We were just on the resume builder. Now we will go over to the cover letter. So to make a cover letter, you will use a pre-written sample button, and it'll bring up 6 different templates that you can choose from. I'm just going to choose this one. And then like the resume builder, you can choose an instructional template, a blank template, or one from the careers that we have down here. Again, we are in the process of adding more. It's just taking a little bit of time, so we'll just keep going with the teacher theme. And then as you can see, if you look within the content of the body of the cover letter, you can see that it is tailored to a teaching job. And like the resume, you can change the theme colors, you can change the font and the size of the font. You can also change the margin size and the spacing size as well. The same thing applies for cover letters as well. If you would like to delete this section, the trash can deletes it, or you can add another section by clicking the plus button. And then again, like similar to the resume builder, you can go on here and switch the design and everything will transfer over. And then just go in here, click download, and then view cover letter. And then you will have your cover letter in PDF form, which you can then download to your computer, and you should be good to go. So to go back to my cover letters, same thing applies here. You can rename your documents, you could edit them, copy them, and delete them. I will just delete this one to show you how to do it. Yeah. And then the other big feature that I want to talk about is the LinkedIn review. So for this, you click this button called Upload Your Profile PDF. And with this, it shows all the documents that you have on your computer. So what you're going to want to do to find your LinkedIn PDF is go to linkedin.com. And then once you are there, you are going to want to go to your profile. And so view profile, and then click the more button, save to PDF, and it'll save to your computer. And then once it's saved to your computer, you can upload your profile, and I did mine the other day, so I'll just open that. And then it has your LinkedIn profile ready for you to view, and it goes ahead and grades what it thinks your profile could use more of. Like in my case, I could use more of the about section. I can use work and the experience, but it looks like I'm looking good on the education, the skills, the URL, and the header title section. And it also is really nice because it does give you tips to try to improve it, and it gives you examples on how to edit your URL and other areas that need improvement, if so be. And then we also have the digital portfolio section where you can create a digital portfolio by using their pre-written samples. You can go on and choose a theme, and again, pretty similar to the other ones. For the interview preparation, this is in the beta stage, so it is not completely ready yet, but here it gives you different careers and common questions that are asked in interviews for each of these careers. And you can go on and practice for interviews that you have coming up. And then down here is your account button that just lets you view your account information. And then the final thing that I want to talk about is the chat button that is down at the bottom right side of your page. And when it opens, it'll allow you to either send a message to people at Hiration who are running the Career Activator page, and they will answer any questions you have. or you can look in their database of articles for anything that you are looking for. If you do run into any questions that you have that you are unable to find or can't be answered by them, then definitely let IT know or career development, and you should be good. Great, thank you.